Starting a business is exciting, but not all business models are created equal. Some are set up to succeed, while others are built on shaky foundations from day one. And the truth is, even the smartest entrepreneurs can fall into traps that look promising but end up draining time, money, and energy. So, in this episode, I'm breaking down which business models you should avoid, why they fail, and how you can spot the warning signs early. So, let's dive in. Welcome back to Savvypreneurship, where I break down business insights from the world's most powerful brands. If you're new here, consider subscribing for weekly videos on business strategy, branding, the total customer experience, and on occasion about luxury lifestyle. First on our list for the race to the bottom business model, this is where you try to compete only on price. Sounds logical, right? If I'm cheaper, customers will buy from me. But here's the problem, there's always someone cheaper. When you're constantly undercutting prices, your margins shrink, quality drops, and burnout rises. Soon, you're working harder and harder just to break even. For example, many small e commerce sellers on Amazon start by reselling generic products from Alibaba. At first, they see some profit, but as competition increases, margins collapse. So the lesson here is don't compete on price, compete on value. Build a brand, a story, or an experience that people are willing to pay more for. Next, let's talk about the time for money trap. This model includes freelancing, consulting, tutoring, or any service where your income depends directly on how many hours you work. Now, there's nothing wrong with freelancing. It's a great way to start, but it becomes a problem if you never build leverage because you're limited by time and there's no scalability. For example, many coaches and consultants make good money short term but struggle to grow. They can't take on more clients without burning out. So the fix is turn your skills into a product-sized service or digital course. That way, your income grows without needing more hours in the day. Another one to avoid is the high overhead, low margin business. These are ventures that look impressive but eat up cash faster than they can generate it. Think fancy restaurants, retail shops, or big offices with lots of staff before real revenue exists. A good example of this is WeWork. They leased expensive office spaces long term, then rented them short term to freelancers and startups. The idea sounded innovative, but the costs ballooned faster than revenue. Eventually, it imploded under its own weight. So, the lesson here is that if your fixed costs are high and your margins are thin, one small market shift can crush your business. Always test lean first, then scale after you've proven demand. This business model destroys countless startups every year. It's the belief that a great product automatically leads to customers. You spend months perfecting your app, your website, or your product, but never validate if anyone actually wants it. A good example of this is Google Glass. Technologically advanced, but no one needed it. It was innovative, but not desirable. The lesson here, start with the market, not the idea. Find the problem people are desperate to solve, and then create the solution. Validation first, perfection later. Every few years, there's a new gold rush. Cryptos, NFTs, drop shipping, AI automation agencies, you name it. Now, trends aren't bad, they can be profitable. But if your business depends entirely on a passing fad, you're in trouble. Remember Clubhouse? It was the hottest app during the pandemic, and investors threw millions at it. Today, it's barely a whisper. The lesson here: don't build a business on the wave. Build one that surfs waves as they come and go. Focus on long term value, not short term hype. This one's sneaky. It's when you insert yourself between two parties, buyer and seller, without adding meaningful value. Sure, it can work short term, but as soon as tech platforms or direct access evolve, you're cut out. For example, travel agencies that only booked flights and hotels disappeared once consumers could do it online. But agencies that add value, such as curating luxury or adventure travel, are thriving. So the lesson here, at least for this particular model, is that if you're a middleman, make sure you add transformation, expertise, or personalization. Otherwise, automation will simply replace you. Successful entrepreneurs don't chase shortcuts. They build businesses that offer real value, scalability, and, of course, profitability. They focus on solving a problem people are willing to pay to fix. They're keeping operations lean until growth justifies expansion, and they build a brand that stands for something, not just a product. So before you start your next venture, ask yourself, does this model rely on hype, price cutting, or time limits? Or does it build real value and lasting income potential? Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur. That's how you can help me grow my channel. I don't use paywalls, I don't do sponsorships, and I most certainly don't ask to contribute to any payment site. As a seasoned entrepreneur and educator, I simply enjoy sharing my experiences and giving back to the community. Consider my value added, self paced, comprehensive online starting a business course at business wisdom academy.com. Until the next episode, be curious, keep learning, and stay savvy.